Once again, a very good afternoon to all of you, and a warm welcome to the webinar hosted by the School of Biosciences, APJ Satya University. Today, we'll be discussing on how to choose a career in health industry. So this is Dr. Krishna Priya Ganti, Assistant Professor, School of Biosciences, and it's my pleasure to introduce the panelists. Today, we have with us Professor Vyas, Dean, School of Biosciences, who's a veterinarian by profession, and he has more than 3 decades of experience encompassing both academia and industry. Today, he would be enlightening us about the various career options available in the health science sector. Also in the panel with us, we have Dr. Kar, Assistant Professor, School of Biosciences, Dr. Saroj, Assistant Professor, School of Biosciences, and our guest, or in fact, I should say our co-host, who will be leading this discussion, Dr. Amit Kaur Puri, Project Manager for CSR at APJ Satya University. Dr. Puri is a multifaceted personality with varied interests. She is an ethnobotanist, environmentalist, naturopath, poetess, and a social worker. She is also the founder and president of AKP Healing Trust, India, and she is on a mission to make India green and plant 10 million trees. So we are glad to have you with us, Dr. Puri. And now I request you to start the session. Over to you, Dr. Puri.
Thank you so much, Dr. Krishna, for such a beautiful and vast introduction. And a very warm welcome to all the participants and to all the professors who are with us right now. I will be starting the session with the saying in Rig Veda. And since today is the Teacher's Day also, the Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Shashvat Parabrahma, Tasme Shri Guruve Namah. That means Guru is the representative of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, and he creates the base for knowledge. He creates the base for knowledge. Not only this, he sustains the knowledge and destroys the weeds of ignorance. I salute to such Guru. So here I will be asking few questions from the participants, from the students, and from the parents who are, watching our session. So the questions are like this. Do you want to come up with the solutions for different ailments? Do you want to spread good health in the society? Do you want that no one should die out of hunger? Or do you want to age gracefully? Do you want to lift the farmers out of poverty? Also, are you in the search of university which should prepare you for the universe? Then this session is for you, for all of you. And here I will also tell them that if you are the science students with or without mathematics, so this session is exclusively for you, because there is a myth also, biotech or the medical pharma courses can be done only by the biology students. But if you are having mathematics as well, we can go for this. So we will be solving all the queries, and the students who are watching, they can type a question in queries in the question answer box as suggested by Dr. Krishna. So over to Dr. Vyas. A very warm welcome to you, Dr. Vyas. And we are looking forward for your word of wisdom to clarify the different queries which students are having right now. First question to you will be, what are the career options in health industry?
Yeah, I think what I would like to start is what actually after 12th standard, because career in health industry is chosen or is thought about by those students who have just appearing for 12th standard, who have passed out and who have done their NEET and could not succeed. So what happens is, in fact, if I want to summarize that, at 12th standards or after the 12th standard, most of these students are at the crossroads and they find out there are multiple options available, or they are either confused what they should do in the career of their life, because most of them are not aware of number of career options that are available to them. So what happens is it is difficult to prepare your mind, and it's a tough examination for the NEET. One has to put its sincere efforts. However, it is not a bad ambition to appear for a NEET examination and pursue a career that is called as MBBS, or we say a clinical practice. That is what everyone tries to think, that once I complete my 12th standard, especially I have taken biology, then I feel that this is the right thing which I am supposed to do. So it is actually the choosing bioscience, biology as a discipline to pursue their studies. It starts from there. So the crux is everyone believes, especially students, that their world and their parents, they feel that the right path is to become a doctor. It's probably the aspirations of these parents become sometimes compulsion to most of our students, because we are also being given in the mind, yes, that we also have to become a doctor because my family believes, my parents believe, my relatives believe, my peers and neighbors, friends, they indirectly decide what I should do. And it is because of their requirements or their expectation. We try to see that, yes, this is a career option and I need to prepare my NEET, and yes, I will have to pass that examination. So actually, what happens is people never talk about this, neither the parents nor the relatives, and when this guidance should be given to them, whether after 12th standard or when they pursue science as their discipline. So many a times what happens is no one really takes or advises them what should be done, what should not be done. Everyone thinks that they take it for granted that yes, my student is doing good study, my son or daughter is doing good studies, he's appearing for NEET classes and he's getting 80-90% in his first standard. I'm sure that he's going to succeed in NEET examination. And that is where actually becomes a problem. People, my students might have seen a recent film called as Shishore. I think Sushant Rajput died now, but I think it was a beautiful movie. And he very clearly said that yes, everyone thinks about the success. Have you thought about the failure? Can we fail better? Can we fail well? Yes, everyone cannot go to the medical science. And most of the students may not be that passionate to do a medicine degree because they do not know after getting MBBS, they still have to work 18 hours a day for 5 years continuously, including the college time. And then after MBBS, again a big enigma. What I'm supposed to do, where I'm supposed to go. Again, should I take radiology? Should I take pediatrics or something? And again, you get confused. So by the time you really come to become a registrar or start your job, you are at least 30 years of age. And then you cannot go back. And many of the students do this because their parents want, they are not interested, they don't do the studies, they do not pass. So I would suggest that every parent should try to bring in a point that yes, you should do it, but it is not the end of everything. There are many multiple options and you can still be associated with the health career. And at that point, once the students fail, and if they do not know, they become rudderless and whom they should trust. So this is where we as a teacher or school teacher or a parents should really work with them, make them understand, yes, don't worry, you have appeared for NEET, you are a very good student, and there are multiple options available and you can contribute to the clinic as well as without being there or directly, indirectly talking to the patients, meeting them with various courses. And one such career course I would suggest is pursuing your education in bioscience. The degree in bioscience not only offers numerous career opportunities, but provides a knowledge into life into all forms, right from molecules, cells, structures, organism, and environment. And therefore, what I feel is bioscience or biotechnology, you can say, is a very fulfilling, satisfying career option. and not just a simple alternative to MBBS. And in fact, most rewarding, I would say, because in biosciences, you are taught a lot of other biological sciences supporting subjects with technical electives. And therefore, apart from health, which is not only the treatment, it could be prophylaxis, it could be diagnostics, and you build a strong foundation in biological sciences, and this will enable you to acquire advanced knowledges, advanced preparation to one or more applications of biosciences. So apart from health and diagnostics or medical devices, cosmetics, nutraceuticals, and multiple factors available as an advisor, as a real electrocardiologist consultant, or you can work as a diabetologist advisor. So one can choose many, many things. And once you come into the biotechnology, if you are not even interested into a health science, it opens up a multidisciplinary range of career opportunities to you. Right from one can choose, pursue, and excel in their careers in the fields like agriculture sciences, animal sciences, environmental sciences, mariculture, aquaculture, food, nutrition, animal biotechnology, plant biotechnology, bioinformatics, and multiple. I think bioscience is not much, people don't think about it, and they are not really aware of it, because what people see is the job market which they are not aware of. And hence, at the end of completion of biotechnology degree also, people are looking somewhere. There are people who want to do pharmacy, thinking that pharmacy is very close to health career. But let me make you very clear, pharmacy is definitely a good science. But again, it's a trade science. You are taught to make medicines. You are taught to make tablets. You are taught to make syrups, ointments, liniments. And in this, you work more on a technical trade rather than a real health sciences. So if you want to be a health sciences associated, either going to drug discovery, drug development, biopharmaceutical, biologicals, vaccines, diagnostics, developing your own technology, genetic monitoring, gene medicine or chip medicine, that's what we are talking about. And also apart from this is DNA fingerprinting. So there are multiple options. People are not aware, and that is where students should be given an awareness, make understanding of this, and then it is their choice. Because once you enter into this arena, their sky is the limit. That's what my experience, and that's what till date I have seen, I have felt, and I would advise the same.
Great. Wonderful, very well expressed, Dr. Vyas. And for the students and the participants here, I want to say, if the plan A didn't work, the alphabet has 24 more letters. So you can choose among all the different, aspects, all the different career options which are available to you as discussed by Dr. Vyas. And here I will say that to know even one life has breadth easier because you have lived. This is what your career in health industry will provide you. Also, have you heard of the terms such as gene therapy, ELISA, PCR, Western blotting, red biotech for human insulin, zero waste bioprocessing, then seawater bioprocesses to produce fuels and the energy, and regenerative medicine, stem cells, bioaugmentation, and genome sequencing. So these all are the terms associated to the health industry. And here my second question to you, Dr. Vyas, will be about emphasize what exactly biotechnology means, what for the students, like if they are opting for MBBS or the profession in medical sciences, and if they have not selected in the process. So biotechnology, like you have explained a lot, but still I want to know
Absolutely, I will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I would try to say is, first of all, we should understand before I go into the biotechnology per se, I would like to make explanation that if you see the last decade or last around 10 to 15 years, the maximum technology development has occurred in biology,
Yes.
right? And the biology has grown to a certain extent that there could be a 400 inventions which have been done in biotech, in the area of biotechnology. And if you
Correct.
see, there are things are happening which cannot be controlled by any one of us. And what I feel is biotechnology actually empowers you to transform the life and also help in your sustainable development. It is not that because day by day, what is happening is we are trying to use our resources and there are limited resources. There is everything which is limited. One has to really understand where and how to really try to make that what we are going to do and how we are going to do this. So therefore, biotechnology has to be understood in a proper manner and understood in such a way that it is not only going to reduce them or make them to understand why they should choose it and why they should not. And if you want to say that what is biotechnology per se, it is actually, if I want to define the way in which students would like to define that, is it is a applied biological science or tool which can be applied to biological sciences, which encompasses all the domains that I was talking about: environmental, animal biotechnology, everything. So in a broad, actually, if you want to say that it's a broad area of biology, of applied sciences that utilizes the living organisms, their derivatives to develop or to produce products and processes. And these products and processes can apply to several aspects of the economy, ranging right from healthcare, medicine, to biofuels that you said just now, and environmental safety. In other words, or in the economic terms, because entire economy can be developed, changed, and progressed because of biotechnology. Therefore, I would say that it is a science-driven industry sector that makes use of living organisms and a particular subject that we really heard about, molecular biology, to produce healthcare related products. So producing only those siRNA, peptides is itself a big business now. And those therapeutics to run processes such as DNA fingerprinting. And biotechnology is increasingly known in the fields of medicine and pharmaceuticals, and hence we refer that as a healthcare sector. If you see now, last 1 or 2 months, we hear every day a new medicine being launched by Biocon or some other companies, like tocilizumab, that is monoclonal antibodies. We think about rituximab. Again, these are all biologicals. So
Absolutely.
antibodies, even talking about cytokine storm. What are these cytokines? They can be externally produced and used and experimented. So in the fields of medicine and pharmaceutical, not only there, but it can also be applied in other areas such as genomics that you said just now, food production, because I'm sure the food production is going to be reduced because of the increased world population. You need to come out thinking out of the box, try to prepare or produce seeds or the food that is disease resistant, can be grown in arid areas. A good example is Israel, which is entirely a arid zone. They could develop a green, and they are actually, technology transfer is being done from them. It's a clear-cut example of development of biotechnology. Production of biofuels that you say, which are nothing but a renewable energy source, which are produced from organic matter or waste. And there's a big project in India. They are running up, and US is currently the largest source of renewable energy in uses in India. China is following it up, and especially in the transport sector, we are now blended with only existing fuels such as gasoline and diesel, and electricity that also can be used by the waste energy. So thus, with increasing population and the associated food production, healthcare and environmental issues are going to be more, and it's imperative on our part that use modern technological advances that can be learned to the benefit of humanity today and for sustainable future. And since these students are at the crossroads of 12th standard, they are the future. And we have seen the human mind is such a big, they can do wonders. We have started from a caveman to a robotic man right now. And thus what I see is in biotechnology, it empowers you to transform the quality of life and thus the sustainable development.
Ah, great. So, I must say that biotechnology is creating new industrial revolution based on biology instead of petroleum and instead of only fuel. As a biotech process replace the old technologies, they are enabling the transformation from the petroleum-based economy to bio-based economy. And this is what we have to come up, and this is the demand of near future, that yes, our economy should be based on biology. And we are seeing this in the wake of COVID-19. Everybody is looking forward for the development of vaccine, and we are looking forward for the new as suggested by Dr. Vyas, new means of agriculture, new means to promote the crop production, the harvest system, as well as fuel generation, and so many other options are with biotechnology. We have to come up. This not only generates the necessities for the human beings, but also it beautifies, because Dr. Vyas, somewhere I have read that you can beautify your nature also. You can transform the flower which is only red in color. It can change its colors in due course of time in the complete day. It can from white to it can transform to pink.
That's called as phenotypic changes. Yeah, that can be brought out.
Yes. So these are the miracles for the layman, for the normal person. These are the magical things. But for biotechnologists, yes, if you want to beautify with genetically modified beings for natural things, then you can opt for biotechnology. Also, you can come up with different other options as well. Now the question goes like this, Dr. Vyas, that APJ is offering biotechnology courses. I want to know about what are the courses exactly offered by the School of Biosciences.
I think our university is offering BTech in biotechnology. There is an integrated course in biotechnology, which is 5 years. That is BTech plus MTech. Then we have an MTech in biotechnology. Then we have a BSc in medical lab technology, wherein we provide them into different areas of molecular diagnosis. And we also have other courses which are postgraduate courses. So we are doing them also. And the best thing in APJSU or in SBS, we also have a collaboration with a lot of American universities, wherein I directly work with them, collaborate with them, or faculty is in touch with them. So you can choose a career in such a way that do 2 years or 3 years and pursue your further course in that university and get a degree for US and also apply for scholarships there. So that's a very good thing, and many of our students are opting in for that.
Okay, Dr. Vyas, there's a question coming up from Sanskar Viramani, that does having biotech as a subject with PCB at 11th and 12th level of the school studies have an edge over other who didn't opted it as an option?
Absolutely, because they are at least aware of what is biotechnology. However, definitely those who haven't heard about that particular subject, what it is, people go into a sort of a anxiety. What is biotechnology? Is it something related to a technology, engineering, science? And if you go back 20 years, you can see that the biotechnology became a craze in India, not only in India, elsewhere also. And people in India, that time engineering colleges were not proliferated as they are right now. And therefore getting a BTech degree was difficult. so people started proliferating biotechnology courses. And what happened was, and these colleges or schools or universities started running these courses, and the syllabus contained both engineering science as well as biological science. And so the like from machine drawing, and similarly what is required first 2 years for any engineering, and then you bifurcate into mechanical, civil or something. So the people enter into biotechnology. But what happened later on when they pass out, they are neither a biologist nor an engineer. So what happens is you are not useful to any industry. So you start from scratch, working, understanding, and what you should do.
Yes.
So that is where it happens. But yes, I agree that if you have done 11th and 12th standard biotechnology, it helps you to understand. One of the course that we have is fundamentals of biotechnology, and in that they can really leave that and take some other course. That is where ASU has a big advantage, which I will definitely talk about ASU if you feel so anytime.
Wonderful. So, Sanskar Viramani, you have got your answer. Yes, if you have opted biotechnology in your 11th and 12th standard is going to act as a boon for you. And the other question, Dr. Vyas, coming from Mannat Sharma. His question is, by listening to Dr. Vyas, it seems that biotech is very much related to biology students. Then how is it helpful for science student with mathematics?
Very good question. I think what happens if you see the development which I was talking to you last entire decade, we are talking about biosensors, we are talking about bioinformatics, right? We are talking about molecular modeling.
Yes.
Yeah, we are talking about developing new medical devices. And there are still need for these. Like for example, now everyone knows what is pulse oximeter. Because everyone has to see at least once or twice a day what is your oxygen tension in your body. Because if it is reducing, that means something is happening in your body. So even the engineering students have to learn biology, and a biology student needs to understand maths. So even if you do not have maths, or you have a maths, it becomes an advantage for you. Only thing is you haven't learned biology, it can be definitely learned. That should not be an issue, because all engineering students are learning biology. And I want to give an example to him. We have heard about LG, Samsung, which are into electronics. They have started life sciences institutes, R&D, and they are entering, and that is where entire thing is going to change. I will give one more example in Singapore. If you see COVID, everywhere COVID is increasing, except in certain areas like Hong Kong, Singapore, wherein they have a scanners, testers, and there are sensors in every patient who comes from outside and who are inside, and where they are traveling around. So they are actually trying to control a disease. And people are also developing a modules, whether because of the increase in RNA content or the load of viral load, is there any phenotypic change or a functional change in human being, a voice change. Even dogs are being trained to smell a patient, like they are smelling now. Whenever you come down, they can smell whether you are bringing your drugs or something. So they are also trained. So for this, maths definitely is required. But if you do not know biology, so the marriage between maths and biology has to happen.
Absolutely.
And there is no one single course going forward. It has to be multidisciplinary. I believe in it. I have experienced it. And I'm sure the new educational policy which talks about it, it talks only about this, because existing days, the gone old days, when India was practicing education system, when Nalanda and Takshila, we were doing a similar system, and that is coming back. And see Radhakrishnan today being a Teacher's Day. He has made education and spread it across the globe. He was the one who brought India culture abroad, he and Vivekananda. So definitely we are there, and there is no one course that you should know. you should know a science holistically and not in an isolated or in a silo form. And therefore, maths or biology is just a name.
Sure. One more question. It is from Adrija Singh, and he is asking, does taking PCMB in 11th is a bad decision?
I did not get your point. PCMB?
PCMB in 11th standard is a bad decision. He has opted for PCMB, not at all.
No, it's the best decision.
Yeah.
It's the best decision. Because why people are afraid? Because they think that I want to pass NEET examination.
Yes.
And it needs only PCB. So maths, but maths will help you to develop your analytical skills. The only thing while selecting PCMB, probably you are not certain what you wanted to do. But that is an advantage. Whether you go any career option you opt, it's always going to help, because maths is going to help you to increase your analytical skills. I don't think it's a wrong decision.
Yeah. One more question is there for Dr. Vyas. He is asking that what is forensic science? Is it associated to biotechnology? And is there any good scope of it?
Yeah. Forensic science, if you see, it is one of the subject even in medicine, right? It's only one subject and it is called as jurisprudence there. And later on, you do a specialization in forensic medicine. And that time, when after doing your MBBS and you are specializing in forensic science, you need to know, as a jurisprudence, you need to know the legal issues associated with medical crimes.
Yes.
Secondly, in forensic medicine, you need to develop, understand, and comprehend all the technologies that are used to identify a cause of crime or death or whatever it could be. So in order to pinpoint that etiological factor or a causative factor, one has to really understand forensic medicine. And forensic medicine involves all technology, all assays, all the tests, and the basics that you will be taught in biosciences or biotechnology. So it becomes an advantage.
Yes. So it is an advantage to opt for PCMB group. Maybe
Absolutely.
You may be confused while selecting your subject in 11th standard, but still it is going to help you, and it is going to be beneficial for you, because you are having the integrated, concepts of mathematics as well as biology.
And moreover, sorry, go ahead. You are saying something.
No, please, you carry on.
Moreover, taking PCMB will help him if he is planning to go abroad to pass his GRE exam, GMAT. Wherein mathematical or analytical skills are tested in addition to verbal capabilities. So you have done the right thing, don't worry.
Yes. So sir, we are having at the undergraduate level, we are having 3 courses in bioscience in APJ Satya University. First one is BTech in biotechnology. So we will be now, I have a question in my mind that what is the difference between BSc in biotechnology and BTech in biotechnology? There is a question, because most of the parents and the students, they get confused. Biotech karna hai, they just go for biotechnology. They don't see whether it is a BSc in biotechnology or whether it is a BTech in biotechnology. I want that throw some light on this aspect as well.
So BSc in biotechnology, some colleges have started as a 3-year course. And some are also offering 4 years course as a BSc in biotechnology. However, BSc biotechnology, if you try to compare with the BTech is going to be a professional degree program, after which you would be eligible for MTech in reputed institutions like even IITs, as well as for the research programs directly starting for PhD. Moreover, you do get to do a lot of industrial internship training programs, as well as in reputed research institutes when you join a BTech program. So at the end of course, you are gathering an experience of almost around 6 to 18 months, and also all the technological essays that being done, professionally run, and in the institutes like APJ, which runs on a unique academic system that combines technology, science, as well as liberal art. It adds value, develops you, and it prepares your mind for a better career option than a job.
Mhm. There is one question, Dr. Vyas, is about from Jonki Sarkar, and he's asking, sir, please tell us a bit about the integrated BTech and MTech courses, and how is it different from regular BSc course? As Dr. Vyas has cleared, there's a difference between BSc in biotechnology and BTech in biotechnology. Now the question has arisen that how the integrated BTech and MTech is better than the regular BTech and MTech.
Yeah. So I think what you are trying to do in an integrated course, the integrated clearly makes you understand that it is an integrated. So you are trying to save something there. But at the same time, you are only saving time, but not your efforts,
Mm-hmm.
right? So our actually programs are designed in such a way that we have fundamental courses in first and second year, wherein we align students to core subjects, instrumentation, and we allow them to do a summer internship for 2 months. Whereas in the second year, students have to do lot of advanced courses pertaining to different biotech domains, and we call them as depth courses. And there are 2 months again a summer internship training. It is a part of the course curriculum. This is a credit load will be there. And then on in third year onwards, there are depth optional courses specific to the student professional's choice. And difference between BTech and BITech starts here. And rather that BTech and IBT starts here. From here, those who are doing integrated biotech students, they have to work really hard, because what we are trying to make them align to those area of interest, which is based in 2 years. Whatever they are doing, their summer internship, their interaction with the mentors in the college. The best thing in our SBS is we have a students-teacher relation is 1 to 10. And we have a mentorship. So once the student joins, he gets a mentor till he completes his course. So during that time, he has wide choice to discuss, not only not understanding the curriculum or courses that he's undertaking, he can go back to them, try to have more understanding when and when required, but also having known that this particular bioscience has a vast openings, wide range, and they can choose anywhere. So depending on the interest of a particular student, we had an example, I will say that we had a student who was interested in food technology, and that was developed when he joined. He started his career to become a doctor, joined, he started asking us healthcare, this, but as soon as food technology courses started, he did some summer training. He felt, oh, this is a ocean. I can do a lot of things. And he started doing his internship. He took the courses aligned to that, and then he completed and joined the course. As now he is working in a very good institute. So that means in case of IBT, you are trying to save whatever you are trying to do in your MTech. Otherwise, you are trying to spend 2 years in MTech and again 4 years in BTech, so 6 years. So right from whether you are BTech, undergoing BTech course or an MTech course, every student in our school will have to start the research programs, projects. So they will have to work on the projects. They get their publication by the end of 4th year. In case of IBT, the courses are multiple. In last 2 years, people have to work extra, put an extra effort, and it is always worth putting extra effort if you are saying 1 year. However, you are gaining 1 year of entire internship. So by
Yes.
the time you complete your IBT, you are having 18 months experience. So if an industry gets an application of a fresh graduate or a fresh MTech and a person who has done IBT with 18 years of his merit or testimonial from an industry or from a research institute, generally they don't have to look for a job because they're already absorbed. No
Absorb.
industry will want to lose a person whom they have put a lot of time. They would like to absorb them, whatever way they want to. And it helps students, it helps industry, it helps research institute. Research institutes like IICT, IGIB, or NBRC, our students have excelled. So
Great.
I think there is a great difference. And if you see, when we were doing pharma, or when my juniors were doing pharma, it was only 3 years course. The pharma is 4, portion remains the same.
Yes.
It is only because what happened was people started feeling students are burdened. There is no burden. If you are interested in studies, if you want to learn, it is the only time that you learn. After that, you have to learn on your job. Learning never stops, as you know.
Yeah.
However, learning in the college can be done in a much better way if you spend your time in a most holistic and in a sincere manner and a focused manner. So I think IBT makes a difference and our students are accepted all over the world.
So if you are opting for integrated course in BTech and MTech, apart from the regular BTech and MTech, you're not only saving the time, but also you are gaining the experience, and that too 18 months of experience. So yes, if we will recommend to have the integrated course in biotech as BTech in biotech as well as in MTech. By BTech and MTech both integrated course. And the Dr. Vyas, here questions come. One of our participant is asking that what are the career prospects for BTech course? And before that, I want to know about what are the facilities we are offering at ASU for BTech, or why we should choose APJ Satya University and not any other university.
Okay.
Since we are
I think,
talking about,
yeah. I think what questions that we feel we always face is why School of Biosciences at APJ Satya University and why liberal arts in biotechnology. These are the common questions that we face. So I think at APJ Satya University, education system or academic system, as I said, is unique because it combines the interdisciplinary pillars of biotechnology, or technology you can say, a research and liberal arts, while allowing students to truly explore their potential in the manner they wish. So entire course is distributed, which I just explained, in the form of a pyramid. So the pyramid model designates or makes us to understand stability, because we know Egyptian pyramids are the best example, and even after 40,000 years or 4,000 years, you can say, so they are intact. There is no natural calamity has disturbed or catastrophe could destroy them. So from base to pillar, we have liberal arts approach, holistic development. We have foundation courses covering broad disciplines, career development, majoring in the area of choice or interest. So that's what I say. So our basic methodology is to educate and implement what is learned so far. So we believe that education doesn't only focus on mere learning, but implementing what is being learned. Firstly, as you said, we offer a dynamic industry-centric curriculum, keeping evolving requirements, because if you see the requirements day-to-day changes in the industry. Because of COVID, it has changed to a certain extent now. Now we have a new normal becoming normal, slowly. So obligatory industry internship, I say, undergraduate research opportunities for the students who are interested in research, which will definitely give you a publication in an international journal,
great.
mentorship, and in as I said that in case of our ASU, we do not believe education for job, but it's for career, holistic development, comprehensive learning. So interdisciplinary approach, knowledge of our culture, experiential learning, that is various activities such as field work, study tours, and immersion programs, rural health programs, conventional. So this is not done in case of conventional academic setting. So you need to go outside and learn about this and understand what are actually people facing and accordingly take the courses. So, and we can take additional credits in APJ Satya University of 11 diverse areas of domain. So we say that there are 64 kala, which has to be learned by anybody. So these are developed into 11 domains, and these are compulsorily we give them, and students can choose without any extra charges for their fees, but they can directly. And what happens is it helps them to widen their thought process, as well as even to give a new perspective or a way to address the problems that they are facing day to day. So diverse career opportunity are available in SBS if you do an SBS, because it is preferred by employers due to their experience in liberal arts, unconventional skills gained from liberal arts and courses. So freedom of course, if I want to summarize whatever I said, freedom of course choice they can do with the help of their mentor, understanding, with their parents also being involved, experiential learning, live research projects, they have to, internship in industry, as well as in case of reputed research institute, national institutes. Even if they want to go abroad and do some research for an year, whether it is Germany, US, that's also possible. We have well-equipped laboratories, excellent faculty who have come from outside. They have done their degree outside India. So we have those, and they directly interact with the student. Research publication, and above all, what students look, though we do not say that we are preparing them for the job, but we have 100% placement. And that we boost.
Wonderful. Yeah. So yes, if students are studying at APJ Satya University with bioscience as their career, as their subject, then yeah, they will be having great career, I must say, by listening to Dr. Vyas. And question is there, Dr. Vyas, from Sifat, and she's asking that when a new session of biotech course starting and when admission forms will be available. She has just completed her 12th standard with bio.
I think applications are available. You can visit our website or can visit our college. Applications are available, and probably we are starting by 1st October. We were planning to start on 15th September because of the government regulations. We may extend by 1st October, but those who have filled in application and those who have taken admission, we are keeping them engaged. So they start their coursework or they start their research projects, they start their review. So we do not keep any of our students who have taken admission idle. So we keep them engaged. They go on talking to our faculty, and they will be lent and helping hand all along.
Great. So Sifat, you can go and fill the form online, and let's see. And here other question arises, Dr. Vyas, is about, I know about the common entrance test, which we are conducting at APJ Satya University.
Yeah, I think we have a common entrance examination, and it also, because many times students who apply late, like now she was saying that in case she wants to apply now. So what we do is we see how many students have applied. If there are even 10 applicants, we have an online entrance examination, which she can give, and after the examination she qualifies, they will be interviewed.
What is the minimum percentage students should have in their 12th standard?
Minimum percentage is 60.
60%. Okay. One more question is there. Can any non-science student also go for some biotechnological courses?
I think it will be very difficult for him to understand because non-science students we can, I don't know, non-science means if they have taken arts, commerce, something like that.
So it's
Then
difficult, of course.
very,
You
yeah.
should have some days.
Eligibility will not be there because they should have at least physics, chemistry, and biology.
Absolutely, yes. Dr. Vyas, what many of the students, they come from other states as well, and from the Delhi NCR region, different parts of the country. So do we offer any safe residential facility for the students?
I think it's one of the best residential facility that we have in a very green environment, and it's highly secure, and every parents can talk to their students. They have a very well, I think, state of art hostel facilities available, a huge ground for them to play. All co-curricular activities, extracurricular activities are available for them. So library is open all along. Internet facility is there. I think that's all available, and they can visit the website. And we see that our students are very comfortable in our campus.
Okay. And we have separate hostel facility for girls and boys.
Ladies
And
girls and boys, with the warden and the medical officer available 24/7.
Okay. So you are quite safe in the campus of APJ. And yes,
Absolutely.
we do have residential facility as well for the students. And with good, nutritious food also we are providing. And the next question to you, Dr. Vyas, is
We have students from different places in our campus, not only from India, as well as abroad. So overseas students are also finding our food quite tasty.
Great. So one more question is like, what is the student faculty ratio? Because it is also very important.
I just
these days.
said about it, 1:10.
1:10. Okay.
We don't take more students. I think 20 is our number.
Okay.
Once 20 students are there in our class, I think we stop admission because it helps students, and it also helps us to mentor them, and it also helps us to give them 100% placement and develop them as a human being rather than a degree holder in biotechnology.
Wonderful. So one question from the participant wanted to ask that what are the scholarship provided, and I have completed schooling from APJ school itself. So is there any scholarship?
APJ schooling have multiple scholarships. I think he can directly talk to our counselors, and if you can provide your phone number or something, our people will start contacting you and they will give you all the details of scholarship. So APJ school, because they are from APJ, even you can be picked up from your place to show our college, campus, and help you. And in general, we do for everybody, but for APJ, definitely there are scholarship because they are from our own institute.
And if the student is not from APJ school, then do we have any scholarship program?
Yeah, you have a merit scholarship. We have a merit come in scholarship. We have a Satya Paul scholarship, and we also have a girl child scholarship.
Okay.
So I think, and if there are some people who are really facing challenges because of their economic issues, so they can have an application done under the merit come means. Our management believes in providing education than just charging fees. So I think it's a great institute. I think they will love to come and learn from here.
Yeah. Vikram Ray is asking questions, sir. Can you tell more about the scope of biosciences in masters? Are there any ways to enter from field like pharmaceutical sciences? Can they shift from pharmaceutical sciences to biotechnology? I think he's a bit confused about this. So can you throw some light on it?
I think if he has taken admission and he's doing pharmaceutical, or he has completed the degree, I do not know what he's doing. Right?
Yeah.
Even if he's doing pharmaceutical sciences and if he wants to change to biotechnology, options are available. He can contact us personally. We can guide him, mentor him. Secondly, if he has completed pharmaceutical degree, right? Even BPharm, we have a specific course called as MSc Clinical Research or a postgraduate diploma in clinical research. and in that we give them entire learning, and before the students complete, they're either absorbed by Medanta, Artemis, Max, so there is no issue at all. And our last year students who have started their own clinical research trial center as well as site management office, and some of them are still working in Chandigarh, some working in Hyderabad, and some working in Medanta and Artemis. They were all pharmacy students.
Okay.
And this year also many pharmacy students wish to take admission for MSc Clinical Research. And for that, we are starting the course on 15th September. So if someone wish to join, they can contact us. We can guide them and understand what are their problems and mentor them what they should do.
There's a question from Gunjit Setia. Her
Yeah.
question is, as I am doing integrated biotech, BTech and MTech in biotechnology, which type of job will I get in future? And after that, do I have to do any other degree program for my career?
Yeah, I think for a job after completion of your IBT, integrated biotechnology, I think he can get a job. That's not a problem at all. If he's already doing integrated biotechnology course, right? Then he can meet his mentors, express his interest, and based on the interest, his mentor will guide him to choose a right career path so that he can further increase his prospects in that particular industry. However, if he wants to further excel in his own career, wherever he's working, then in that case, he needs to increase his qualification. From MTech, he can still do a PhD or specialize in certain area if he wants into the similar area. However, in case of ASU, many students who have completed their IBT, taking the liberal art courses, are in digital solutions, International Digital Solutions of India. They are working in Ernst & Young. So they are diversified their field. So that is where your knowledge in science and the liberal art together excels you. One student is also writing for Nature Biotechnology. I think he can talk to his mentor or her mentor, and they will definitely guide you and take you to the right path. It's not an issue.
The other question is from one of the participant asking that I am a pharmaceutical sciences graduate. By listening to you, I can relate all the things. That does not mean that after graduation we have the fluidity to move in any of the career options. So what is your answer for him? So is there any fluidity that they can move to any other career option after having? Why he will move? I don't know why.
No, I do not understand what he wants to say. He has completed his pharmaceutical degree.
Yes.
So he can, if he is not able to get a proper placement.
Yeah.
And yeah, it happens because if you are a B.Pharm, there are multiple students who come as a B.Pharm. There's a lot of competition. But if he has done from ASU, I think our ASU has a very good pharmaceutical staff. Our dean is very dynamic and they help them to take them into a proper guidance and industry. Despite that, if he wants to change some field, definitely there is always an option, and he can talk to us or talk to me personally if he wants, and I can help him out and understand where actually he is trying to face issues. Some students are getting confused. It becomes so ambiguous, and they do not know what exactly they want to do in life. So during that particular period of time, if there is a holding hand, that can definitely help. And we as teachers are definitely available for helping you. If you have a question, please do not hesitate. You can directly write to us and talk to us. My contact details are there. You can get them.
Okay. Dr. Vyas, here I want to raise one question, like what are the lab facilities available with APJ Satya University for the BTech courses as well as for the MTech, and if anybody wants to pursue PhD in biotech, so are we having the fully equipped with all the
I think,
technologies and the equipments?
yeah. See, if you try to see any institute or a college, they will always have some limitations and some advantage.
Hmm.
So as APJ Satya University, we have an advantage because we are associated with two industry. One is Water Bushnell, second is Martin and Harris. We recently had an opening of R&D center at plot number 26, sector number 32, a
Yeah.
huge unit wherein we have a multiple equipments.
Mm-hmm.
And if any students wish to use what is not available at the campus, can be utilized here and can be shown to them. Apart from this, we also have a collaboration with industries. We have a memorandum of understanding wherein we allow the students to have a hands-on experience in those particular institutes where they can definitely go and meet and follow the guidance and instructions by their teacher and do that experimentation for 2 months or 3 months, whatever is being told to them. I think there is no end, and all the equipments that are required for biotechnology will be given to them. And most of our students are published by working outside as well as working with the help of their mentors in the college.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we have what is required to be shown in the college. So our facilities are quite good. And if there is something which is not there, we take help of our industry association with our own parent institute, that is Martin and Harris at Sector 32. But in general, in our campus, they can find most of the equipments that are required for their demonstration of the practicals.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. So do we can also conduct national and international conferences and seminars for the students where they can participate,
Absolutely,
also present
absolutely.
their... Okay.
Absolutely. If you would have a presentation, I would have shown everything to them. So we have multiple, even our students have gone and presented. Recently, one student had been to Belgium
Wow.
with their coach or with their advisor to make a presentation. Last year also, some students went to US to make a presentation. UK, our faculty also visited. So there is interaction, and students, if they are willing to do something, I think faculty is very open and will help them extend all the support to go outside. And also we conduct international conferences in-house in India in our institute.
Okay, since we are having the tie-up with the different companies, with the industries, and we are having, association with the brands and different, as he said, we are having different companies associated with the APJ Satya University. So the students can try their hands also while studying. They can have the, internship in these type of industries. And there are career options are very wide, scope is wide. And if you want to discuss anything more, Dr. Vyas, about the career options, career prospects, then you can go ahead. We are very much clear about what you have told to us for opting the biotechnology as their career subject.
And more can be told to them when they personally want to write us, meet us.
Sure.
And we have an association with most of the multinational industries in India.
Great. Wonderful session, Dr. Vyas, and thanks for your wonderful words of wisdom. And yes, I am sure all the participants who are watching us or who are going to watch this session, their queries must be, solved. And if not, they can directly contact to APJ Satya University. They can write to APJ Satya University. They can also call on our toll-free number. Can we have a toll-free number of APJ Satya where they can contact Dr. Vyas?
Yeah, and some of our panelists will provide that number immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I request any of the panelists to provide toll-free number where to contact APJ Satya University for getting admission, or if students have any query, they can.
I think Dr. Carr has already forwarded that information.
Okay. Yes. So there's a link where you can go and your queries can be solved. So Dr. Vyas, thank you so much for being here. And I will conclude with the session by saying that education in the right direction is the passport to your future. For tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. So choose well. And if you want to go in bioscience, then opt for biotechnology course because it is a promising, it is exactly a passport for your future, for your success, for your achievements. And thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all of you for watching us. And I am sure that everybody is benefited. Thanks to all the faculty members present with us. Thanks to all the participants. And
Thank you, Dr. Puneet.
above all, thanks Dr. Vyas.
One minute. I think what I would like to say is bioscience and biotechnology, there is no hard and watertight compartment. It is one and the same. So don't get confused. And it is a biological science. The tool, how will you use and how will you apply? And application of mind is important than getting a degree. So try to learn as much as possible. And then jobs are available. You can choose.
Yeah.
Rather than putting your application for a particular job. That should be your attitude. And if you are really having that attitude, sincerely work and focus, sky is the limit, I'm telling you.
It is said, yeah, it is said that आप success के पीछे मत भागिए, आप अपने talent के पीछे भागिए, qualify हो जाइए, success तो अपने आप ही आपको मिल ही जाएगी. This is said.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. And I end with the session. I end the session by saying again that is Sarva Shruti Shirotana Virajita Padma Bhuja Vedanta Ambuja Shiroya Tasmai Shri Gurve Nama. That means the Guru, who is an ocean of knowledge which shines like a jewel worn on a head. The Guru, who is like sun blossoming, the lotus of Vedanta. Salute to such a Guru. Salute to all the professors, all the participants who are present and who have discussed and imparted their knowledge to all of us. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.